realistic, and my girlfriend harps on me every now and then about you can't go through the trees, just because her family are actually farmers, so she thinks it's kind of funny. But if I were a farmer, I'd probably take out the bushes around the corner, around the edges of the field, or at least trim them up so I had enough space to do the headlands and whatnot. So like if you think about this map, like the only way you'd be able to get into this map is that corner over there, and then you would have to avoid all the bushes. So you'd have to do probably, for a combine this size, you'd have to do probably 2 headland lanes, and then you'd probably have enough space to do the turns at the end there. So luckily for us, we can just do a UE in the road. No one cares. You don't get tickets for it like in Euro Truck Simulator, which I tried out for the very first time the other day. And it looks like a nice game. Not very nice if you don't have a steering wheel, I discovered, which makes it a lot harder because your movements are all jerky movements and they're not very fluid. So it gives you a little bit of it produces an interesting situation when you have to do a nice smooth long like an off ramp or an on ramp in a huge truck and you're using the keyboards, but so it makes your trailer jerk around all over the place, which is kind of funny. So let's turn this around, and I'm just leaving it running. I'm not lifting the header up or anything like that. Generally, most people would lift up the header, then do a turnaround, because if you do a turn with the header on the ground, you may hit something on the ground and bend it or something, which is not cool considering how much headers cost on combines. So, our rocket tractor over there still doing his job good. Nice. And our international is just sitting there idling, burning fuel. I suppose I should turn it off, but it's nothing too crazy. So this is just a small field, so it doesn't take too long to harvest. Theoretically, I suppose I could upgrade the harvester, but I really don't need to. Not at this rate. If anything, I should change the head for the bigger head, but for another day perhaps. Haven't done too much foraging with a forage harvester lately. We did feed the sheep last episode, so that's they're nice and ready. But when I finish feeding the sheep, I don't really use the forage harvester on that field very often. Got to give the hay a chance to grow there, so don't want to waste it. But honestly, if I could sell it, I suppose, but I don't like going that route too much, as I've mentioned multiple times before. I don't mind doing it when it comes on great demand, but like I know hay's coming up on great demand, but I'm not going to do anything for that just because it's not my style. So some people do go the whole silage route right from the get-go in a biogas place just to make money, but I suppose if you're starting from scratch, that's one way to do it. But if you carry over all your equity from a previous Let's Play, then I don't know if it's not something I would go out of my way to do. Let's say that. It does make a good amount of money, but you do end up filming a lot of, okay, we're going to do silage again today, guys, so I suppose in my case I do a lot of harvesting, which is, I don't know, I prefer harvesting than doing the silage thing, so, but that's just me. So if you'd like to see me do some more silage stuff, by all means, let me know in the comments, but I don't think I'm going to do a crazy amount on that. But actually, on the map I was thinking about for the sub 100 tractor map, I don't think it has a biogas plant on it, strangely enough, which is kind of rare because maybe I just haven't found it yet. But many maps, every map I've ever seen, every map I've ever seen has a biogas plant in it. But I didn't, when I was cruising around the map, I didn't see a biogas plant. So, but something to think about. Alright, I was going to set that as a hired worker, and then I'm going to grab this guy over here while he's finishing up that row. Whoops, took that corner a little bit too narrow. My tractor can take a better turn than a trailer can, apparently. I've often thought about getting a steering wheel for this game, but I think it would be, because I use my computer for more than just gaming, it would be a bit annoying, because then I'd have to move the steering wheel out of the way and then bring it back. But if you're gonna stick in for the long haul, I guess it wouldn't be too bad. But just for a couple hours, it might be a bit annoying to bring it out all the time. I think this is the biggest trailer I think we have, although it's not supposed to be this big. I believe this is a... I think it's supposed to be... Let me see if I can find it. Not placeable mods. Gilbert. Yeah, I think it's this one. So just 24,000 liters. And, is that a mod? I do not remember seeing that one ever. Strange. I don't know why I've never seen that. I don't know why. I feel like I've never seen that fertilized spreader before. Maybe it's because I don't use them, which is... Oh, there it is. Yeah, I guess this is because I don't use them very often. If you know any good solid manure spreaders, let me know in the comments, because I haven't found any bigger ones that are really nice. Like, the ones I have are the, what do I have? I showed you them already. Whoops. Harvester, tippers, cultivators, plows, sowing machines. So I have these two. This one is a side. It's really nice, but I don't like how it sprays out the side for whatever reason. I think that one does. And this one's also a side spray. So if you know any good solid manure sprayers, it's gonna take over from this guy again. If you know any good solid manure sprayers, let me know in the comments, because I'll have a look at them and see what I can find. I don't know if Dirt Hybrids has done a mod spotlight on solid manure spreaders, but I'll have to take a look at that now that I think about it. He was doing a mod spotlight today on harvesters, and it looked like he had this harvester, actually, the Lexon 550. And he was saying it sounds a bit strange. I forget what else he said. That's okay. He cannot like this combine. I'll like it. So it's pretty solid design, pretty solid mod in comparison to a lot of other harvesters out there. A lot of the other ones I find are not very well, not polished, is what I discovered. This one at least has a good fit and finish to it, so to speak. So. But yeah, if you know, actually any mod doesn't have to be, now that I think about it, it doesn't have to be a solid manure sprayer, but if you know any mod that you might think would be advantageous on this farm, let me know. I'm always willing to try out a new mod. As you've discovered, I'm sure, by the number of mods I've added in this series, like the wool collector and the mixing station and all that. So I haven't did I pick up a new mod? Yes, I did pick up a new mod the other day, the Agro Liner from the Giant website, but oh, that's weird. Why is it losing? Weird. From the Giant website, but I haven't picked it up because it just I don't think it'll fit very well in this map, just because the way like maneuvering it will be a little bit of a pain, I think, because it's a bit bigger than some of the other trailers we have right now. I know in the new version of this map there's a bit, depending on what you're trying to get, there's a bit of space, but I don't know. I haven't played around with it yet, so maybe in the future when it gets released, I'll have a look at it and let you know. But it's I like it. It looks. I saw the sneak peek and it looks pretty awesome. I'm pumped. All right, looks like we got maybe. This is probably going to be 2. Yeah, it's going to be 2. Oh well. But as I mentioned in the last episode, I was considering plowing in between these two fields to connect the fields together. But I haven't done it, obviously. So I just think it would look strange because of the bushes would stay there and the trees would stay there. So it's probably the only reason why I haven't done it. Otherwise, I would have made it as one big field. At least part of these as one big field. Alright, last little bit here. I'm just gonna hire a worker for this last little bit so I can grab my other tractor. And then I'll set him at the end of the row there so we can get that done. Alright, let's just line it up a little bit. There we go. So this should be okay right about here, I think. Let's go grab this guy, and of course he's not done yet just because the way... Whoops. Apparently his engine's turned off. This is why it's a little bit annoying for this field at this particular juncture. Just the angle of it for a hide worker doesn't work very well. But in real life, as we know, not every field is square, so what I'll do is I'll just set them off straight this way, and I'll fix that last little bit off. Hopefully it doesn't screw up. Of course. Pulled just a little bit too far. Oh well. One of the cool things about this particular combine is it's a manual dump, so you actually have to press the button to dump the crop out. I think with the Class Lexion 770 it's a manual, but this one is not. Or it's an automatic, I should say, not a manual. Alright, let's get her done here. Nice. There we go. Last field of our harvesting bonanza. As I mentioned, I probably won't normally do this just because I don't normally plant all these as the same crop, but I wanted to gather a little bit of liquid manure because we were running a little low there. And also, canola's not necessarily bad money either. I don't know what canola's at right now. Let's take a double check. $7.52 at the freight yard. That's not too bad at all. Let's do a little bit of a U-turn here. An illegal U-turn, probably. I suppose we would surprise... If those bushes were actually there, we'd probably surprise people if they were actually driving along here. Surprise! It's a combine! But I don't know if that actually... I obviously wouldn't drive through a bush if you were in a combine, but you never know, I guess. I've heard of stranger things happening, so... Oh, our money's really low. Look at that. I didn't realize that. $948? I guess we'll have to go and sell this canola after this. Luckily for us, our humongous small trailer there holds enough. It'll probably hold more than enough for all this. I think that's only at, is that 60% maybe or something, so. Because this is a small field, I don't think it'll have a problem. Oops. Too wide of a corner there. There we go. Perfect. You can do courseplay with these, not with these fields, but with any field you can do courseplay with a harvester as well. It works out fairly nicely because you end up using the whole width of the harvester, which is one of the nice things about it. But you don't use fuel up or anything like that, so if you want to try and be realistic, then maybe it's not the best way of going about it. But or not, maybe it's not fuel. It doesn't cost you anything. Sorry. There's bound to be a mod out there somewhere that charges courseplay workers. I'd be surprised if there weren't. Let's say that. And if there isn't, I don't know how hard it would actually be to do. But all right, let's just hire a worker here. Double check how this guy's doing. Oh, good. He's doing well. He's going to be done this soon. Yeah, as I mentioned, I picked this up, and one of the downfalls is this tractor has a 220 horsepower engine, and I think that seeder needs a bit more than this tractor, but I felt the tractor was big enough to handle it, but in real life it's actually not, unfortunately. So, and we just didn't have enough money for a more powerful tractor. So as you can see, this tractor kind of struggles, that's why. So if you watch it, it'll see it has a bit of a hard time there. So that's the reason why, is because it's not quite powerful enough for that seeder. So that's why it chugs along a little bit, but it gets the job done. So we can't complain about that. So just take over here again. There we go. So that's one of the downfalls, but he still gets the job done. So eventually we'll probably have to upgrade that tractor into something that's a little bit more powerful. Maybe one of, oops, I should just hire a worker for this. Maybe one of, where is it? I have some nice tractors for this. So I think it needs about 230 or 40 horsepower. So one of these, maybe. These are really nice. These have 320 horsepower. Or if you want something a bit beefier than that, I think this could work, although I don't like the way this looks at all. And these ones are really nice. 178,000, 260 horsepower, 280 horsepower. These ones have care wheels on them, I think. They're thin wheels. Or you can go crazy and get tracks on this. And these are pretty crazy mods. Pick those up from... where was it? Mod Hoster as usual. Mod Hoster, FS-UK are the two places I usually go. And there's some other mods out there, like Duke's modding has some interesting stuff, and there's a couple other places out there. LS-U, not LS, LS 2013 I think, or something like that. Another place I think. But I tend to stick to just those two places because they tend to have everything I need. It with decent quality. I tend to pick up only featured mods from Mod Hoster because there are some not so amazing mods on that website as well. But in FS-UK they have pretty much all the mods. They get tested by the team, so they are pretty slick. So almost done. I don't know how long we've been recording for, but we're going to finish this field at the very least, and then we'll stop, I think. I may run out of hard drive space, who knows. Alright. Got that little bit there. Make sure no one's coming. Do a little turn here. There we go. Perfect. That's weird. I wonder why it doesn't use the last little bit over there. It does it for some of them, but some of the canola, but not all of it. I don't know why. So, luckily for us, we have a whole bunch of canola to sell when this is all said and done, and then we won't be so low anymore. And the milkman still needs to come as well to pick up our milk, so that'll be good. So we'll probably get a couple, maybe 10 or 20,000 from that as well. And we have 46 cows now. Shoot, let's check out that breeding facility. I haven't looked over there in a while, so... Well, it seems like a long time, but it probably hasn't been. Our mixing station's probably full. Let's just have a look-see over here. So we got one calf in here. So our next calf will be in 11 hours, 43 minutes. So... no 5 calves yet, but you know, we've got 5 cows from that, so that's $10,000 we didn't, yeah, $10,000 we didn't need to spend on cows. Although I did have to spend a little bit at the start to get it going a little bit better. I could, I suppose, buy some more cows, but for now we're doing all right with what we got. Let's just go ahead and unload him. Actually, he'll probably be fine to the end. Oh yeah. A couple more passes looks like, and then he'll be done. And I think we'll call it an episode for now. And then what I'll do off screen, well, I'll finish the field first, then I'll call an episode. And off screen I will I'll sell the canola. And then we'll get some more money. And then maybe we'll have enough money to get a another tractor if we need it. I don't know. Not sure what we need at this point. Maybe actually a solid manure sprayer. I'll have a look-see on FS-UK for manure spreaders and see what I find. Because right now we're just wasting the manure and we're using all the liquid manure. So maybe I'll make an effort to try and find something that's decent, looks good, that's bigger, I suppose. I don't want to use the rocket tractor just because it's articulated and it'd be a pain. Obviously, I could course play it, but all right. This is going to take 2. I'm sure if it's going to take 2 passes. Yep. Oh well. But yeah, I actually haven't found any some nice solid manure sprayers. And I'll have to have a look see, as I mentioned already. So 92%. Is he gonna be full by the time we finish? I don't know. It'll be pretty close. 9,000 liters. 95. 96. Oh, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be pretty darn close. I should be able to finish this field without having to empty, but 97%. We're gonna find out. Let's see. It's not even a full row, so it should be okay. 98%. Watch it be full right before it finishes, and I'll have to unload it, and then it'll be like a little tinsy wincy little part that I'll have to harvest and then unload. 99. It's gonna be close, guys. Oh my, it's gonna happen. Oh, almost. Ah, see? Just as I suspected. Oh well. Hire a worker for now and come empty him out here. Alright. Nice wide corner there. What we'll do is we'll pull this up. No, that's a little bit too far. There we go. So, what we'll do is just gonna go ahead and hire him for the rest there. Then just move up with him. There we go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Ian Robson on the newbie farm for the harvesting bonanza. So what I'll do off screen is I'll plant those fields with various things, and I'll have a look for a good solid manure sprayer. And if you have any ideas, please let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like or subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good day.